group of teenagers and their parents use the internet for a variety of reasons.
You said something about video games?
My son's pretty into them.
I'm very dangerous.
But the technology proves to be harmful.
You sure you're comfortable?
Yeah.
And the cumulative impact will affect them all. In Men, Women, and Children.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm here with Zorianna and Liz, and we're going to talk about Men, Women, and Children, directed by Jason Reitman. We've all just seen it. Zorianna, what'd you think?
My first thought, I guess, is why did Jason Reitman choose to do this movie? I couldn't quite figure it out. I get that he's a dad now, but I felt that this movie was very extreme in, like, technology is bad. If you have access to that, you will watch porn, have affairs, and your children will have premature sex. There was no balance. I mean, certainly there's great things about having technology. The Amber Alert, you can text 911. I mean, this just showed all the bad parts, and I don't know why he chose to just go to that extreme.
I just thought it was a bad movie. I just thought it was a real bad movie. And I think a lot of it comes with Jason Reitman seemingly trying to make a statement about this generation using technology, or it felt very pretentious as a film, but with none of the fun stuff that come with pretension. Like, there weren't like these, great log scenes of discussing existence. It was just smarmy teenagers and annoying characters with a thesis to the film that I feel like I've seen 15 million times.
I thought if you were going to go for it, make it a satire. Do something like Thank You for Smoking, which was Jason Reitman's first film, which was fantastic. I just thought everyone in this movie was cynical. I didn't like anybody. I didn't want to spend 2 hours with them, except for maybe a couple of characters that were the saving grace of this small town. Caitlin Dever and Ansel Elgort are the only two likable people in the movie, but it's just like, I didn't understand what he was trying to say. Okay, so it starts out where we talk about Carl Sagan and the Voyager spacecraft.
Oh my God, that was so pretentious.
Very pretentious.
Thompson's voiceover was awful.
But it's sort of like, okay, maybe there's something interesting here. Technology, Carl Sagan was using it to advance human knowledge. Now we have technology in this day and age, and we're just all puppets to it, and we're not using it for any good reasons. All right. Beyond that, there's nothing here.
Say something else.
Say something else.
We've heard that before.
That's it. And then, if you're going to say it's bad, well, the one character who's trying to do something about that is running a police state, so she's a bad guy too.
For the most part, I thought the casting was great. Ansel Elgort, I think, was better here than he was in Fault in Our Stars. I think he was fantastic. I loved seeing Adam Sandler in this way. It just goes to show that he really needs to stop making awful movies like Blended and things like that. And
he's
really,
great in drama.
I mean, he's got enough money from the comedies. He doesn't need the paycheck. He should really take this point in his career and do work like this. So credit to Jason Reitman for putting him in this and giving him a chance to shine. But for me, Jennifer Garner, who has worked with Jason Reitman before, she was in Juno. This character bordered on caricature. She was awful. She was shrill. She was so unlikable. And then her child even gave her no reason for her to behave that way.
Are you sure it was me?
Yeah, pretty sure.
My mom, she checks my Facebook, my emails, my text. She must have just deleted it before I even saw it.
Judy Greer, I thought, was pretty wonderful in this film, and also Caitlin Dever. But then when you look at the Jennifer Garner character and you look at these teenage characters, and they're teeny boppers with screens in front of them, there's not much more to them. They have eating disorders, but that's not really given the time of day. So that directorial shaping of the film is missing in terms of performances as well.
I thought Dean Norris gave a nice performance.
He was good.
I mean, it helps that he's playing probably one of the more likable characters in the movie. I liked him. I like Caitlin Dever. It's kind of a shame that they're in this movie. Yeah. But I mean, in terms of like the writing for the characters don't have arcs. Other than Judy Greer is probably the one character in this movie that has an arc. I don't count Jennifer Garner as having an arc because she changes in the last second. You're not really writing to the strengths of the performers by allowing them to really see growth throughout the movie. They're the same characters in the beginning as they are in the end, and that plays to the fact that this film really doesn't seem to have any purpose.
Whatever goal he set out to accomplish, or whatever we're supposed to feel, we're not feeling it.
In Young Adult and in Labor Day, as well as this, the plot lines never really get off the ground. And I think in Young Adult, it got praised as like a nihilistic film where it's a little bit cynical and has an interesting perspective in terms of the darkness of society. But then you look at this in Labor Day, and it's just questionable, the quality of these films. It's no longer a nihilistic point of view. It's just like, what are you trying to say? What are you communicating?
I'm just sort of left wondering,
Where'd they go?
What's Jason Reitman, where's his mind at? Is he just thinking that he's got these actors and they're going to pull him through this movie because the work in the script and the work in the editing room is not enough to propel this film?
Despite some terrific performances, this film is neither here nor there for me. So stream it.
I just didn't think it was very good. Skip it.
Jason Reitman's newest film won't appeal to men, women, children, or anyone else. Skip it.
Well, our votes add up to 1/2 ticket, which is a skip it for men, women, and children.
Cheers.
I'm just going to text you the word cheers.
Oh, God.